There we go. Sarah, get some sleep. Hey, welcome guys to the episode of Silent Hunter that I promised you guys a couple of days ago. We're not too far from the patrol zone, so as a result, I decided to start recording at this moment. But this is the episode that I was talking about on the YouTube Shorts. I did have some Silent Hunter stuff going, and I'm taking care of some stuff, and I have been grinding for hours on end in this game so that you guys wouldn't have to watch the whole trip from the port on forward. Instead, I grinded off screen a lot so that you guys wouldn't have to see that whole thing. But at this point, we are getting close to the British coast, and hopefully we can start sinking some ships. Yeah, tongue twister a little bit there, but I'm not gonna guarantee you nothing. We are actually behind under the water right now. That's why the engine is so quiet, because we're not on the surface right now. We're actually underneath it, and therefore the engine is not running as hard because I don't want it to. We're on dead slow because of the hydrophone guy working in the hydrophone. Now I'm probably gonna go to the surface in the next couple of minutes because I've been under the water for several hours now off screen, and they probably need to charge. So I'll see you guys in a bit when we get back on the surface. No, it's not what I want to do. Okay, so we're now on the surface. It is, what time is it now? Get that out of the way. Okay, oxygen reserve. It is about 1 o'clock in the morning. Actually, on one of the dates, I wasn't paying attention to that. Anyway, all ahead standard. Let's get this thing moving again, guys. You can see that it's starting to light up, but still quite dark out here. Propulsion. We want to charge the batteries up, please. Thank you. I'm probably going to time compress a lot of this now just to get to our patrol zone at this point. So I'll see you guys when we get up there. It's more of a distance than I thought, but it's still pretty close. I'll say it's still in the range of British waters, so I would say going under the surface for a bit, searching for targets was probably a good idea. Of course, you guys didn't see that because I did that off screen, and once we do get to the patrol zone, I'm probably gonna go under the water for a couple hours too and see if we can't find nothing. It's about 4 a.m. now, just kind of trying to compress it as much as I can without being too much. Okay, I'm gonna go check on the guys after this hour. Start turning it down now. There we go. It's 6 a.m. So at this point, I am gonna go back to the bridge just for a moment. How is it so dark at 6 a.m.? Well, I guess it is kind of winter time or fall time or whatever, so I guess that would make sense. But time to go check on the crew members. Actually, they're not all that too bad. We do have some essentially sleepy guys up in the tower, so I'm gonna bring them out of here and probably replace them with some fresh guys. There we go. I'm gonna get an officer up in there. There we go. And we're gonna put this guy back up in there. In the control room, I think these guys need to get some rest here, so that's what we're gonna do, is I'm gonna put these tired men up in the quarters room. We don't really have a lot of men to split around, honestly, but we'll see how this goes. Let them get a couple hours of sleep. We're quite the distance away from port now. The water's totally different here. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit when we get into the patrol zone at this point. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay, we are officially in our patrol zone, so welcome back guys. And what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna submerge the boat, and we're going to have our sonar guy scan for ships underneath the surface. I may go a little bit above the surface as well, but at this point in time, I think our better chance is to find something while we're under the water. So I'm gonna go to dead slow.
Yes, sir. Dead slow.
Then once we do that, I'm going to submerge the boat.
Yes, sir. Aeroscope down.
Nice. Alright, now see here, hydrophone, and I gotta go to the crew and switch them over to the electric engines at this point so they can move. Alright, let's get them going. Alright, now hydrophone, do a sweep for us. So at this point we are underneath the surface and I'm going to run it for a little bit. I don't want to run it too fast because we do have limited oxygen, but hopefully we can go for a couple hours underneath the surface and actually pick something up. Okay, we're still good on battery. It's a German ship that we're picking up. No, it's a neutral ship that we're picking up. Okay, I think when it gets to be, on the brink of the orange CO2 is when we'll come back up. It's about 4 a.m. now. Alright, so we'll come back up and charge the batteries up. That's what we'll do. Okay, there we go. Get somebody on that tower. Now we're gonna increase speed to, no, there we go. And then propulsion, we want to secure for silent running and charge the batteries. Here we go. Oh wow, okay. This is interesting. Yeah, it kind of looks dumb, I know. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't look as dumb as it, like when you have it on normal speed, but that's time compression, bro. Right, there's nothing out here, guys. The seas are just dead. Of course, we don't have clear weather either, so I'm probably better off just going under the water and then searching for targets that way. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. Just go into the water for a little bit. And okay, so we gotta pull the one guy out of bed, unfortunately. Well, I don't think. Well, let's pull this guy off of the navigator. Let's switch these guys out. There we go. Weapons officer. Everybody to control room right now. Much appreciated. Periscope. That slowed down the engine to dead slow. Now we're gonna rig it for silent running. Then we're also going to grab the guy that is specialized in this stuff and put him. Okay, so let's grab him. We'll grab this guy, and then I'll grab this guy out of the control room. And there we go. We should be running pretty well efficiency right now, and we're not picking up anything really. I wish we would, because I want to show you guys some action, but I also don't want to time compress it too much either, because I don't want to miss anything when they call something out. Hopefully they call something out soon. Going 8 times normal speed. I think that's a good speed to start with. I really don't want to compress it too much here. I mean, our only job is to stay in the patrol zone for 24 hours, but even so, I want to find some action here. So I'm hoping that somebody picks something up. We might not actually pick something up. I'm hoping we do though, because I don't want the whole episode to be boring. Can you tell me what the batteries are at? Fuel level. Okay. We're gonna stay under here for as long as we can just to conserve fuel, honestly. And then we'll charge the batteries up when they exactly need it, because I want to have enough fuel to make it home. We actually do need to do that, so we're gonna really push the limits of these batteries. I'll be watching them so that we can judge how much oxygen we have, etc. Oh, that's nice. We got a contact here. Okay, let's go to the map. Bearing moving away. Okay, I'm not seeing it though. Probably not because I didn't catch it in time. We probably don't want to go with moving away targets anyway, just like the U-boat game anyway. So probably if it's moving towards us, it would probably not be a bad idea. Oh, I see. It's this line here. It's what it is. But I don't really want to get involved with a chase, guys. Especially us being as low on fuel as we are. I don't think a chase is what we want to do, to be honest. So I'm not going to try and engage that, honestly. And I don't think we can move fast enough to chase it under the water, which would be ideal at this point, because we're 50% low on fuel, which 50% isn't crucial, but with that update I want to save as much fuel as possible. So I'm probably going to want to go with a target that is actually moving towards us, so that we don't have to try to chase it using the diesel engines. Let's see if we find something else. I'm going to speed up probably to, I don't know, 4 times normal speed. It's not super fast, but it's not normal speed either. That way, I'm gonna keep my finger on this decrease compression button. That way, if we do find a target that is coming in towards us, then I will set a interception course. But I want to keep updated on our battery life as well, because I have to consider that. Crew members, yeah, we gotta swap a lot of these guys out before they get so tired the engine can't run. It sucks that we're not going to be able to get the updates on the engine for some time. Well, I mean, we could switch this guy out, at least until this guy wakes up. Keep me updated on our fuel level, CO2, battery, that kind of thing, please. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we didn't chase that ship. Ideally, I want something that can move towards us. Yep, we definitely reached our grid. So that objective is completed. Oh, ooh, there we go. We got a contact going towards us, I believe. 1007. Okay. Contact to start medium speed moving away. Okay, we're gonna try to intercept this here. Okay. Alright, so let's draw up a course. First, we're gonna have to get some crew members here. Dude, I know you're tired, but we need you in there for right now so we can draw up the course. I'm hoping that if we do this, we'll be able to come at this at like a 90-degree angle. And we also want to come to the surface. Those battery engines are working hard now, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm gonna actually go above the surface. We're gonna burn up our fuel. I'm probably just gonna slow it down to normal speed, but we're gonna come to the surface. And I'm probably gonna go with a head full, honestly, so that we're going a little bit faster, but we'll try to make that as efficient as possible, that engine anyways. And then what we'll do is put this guy in the watchtower, and we'll try to get some fresh guys on the engine as well. We don't have a lot of fresh guys, but I'll try to get as many people some rest as possible, because we're gonna need some fresh people when we actually find this ship. So I'm going to try to get as many fresh people in the engine room as possible so that we can run it harder and more efficient, so it doesn't burn up the fuel, as it were. Right now, we do need to get this guy some rest, so I'm gonna let him do that. Man, I hope some of these guys get promoted to officers, because we just plain don't have enough officers on this ship to keep everything running. That's just my opinion. I really think we really don't have the men to actually run this ship all the time. Maybe it's just part of the challenge of this game, but I'm telling you guys, I feel like this ship definitely needs more men. Alright, I need to get like the navigator again, so let's go to crew, because I almost want to like be a little bit of ahead of the ship. So I might pull this guy down. I believe this guy would be the navigator, I think. Yes. So let me go to the map, and I would like to clear parts of this and just make it like a wider out, and then turn it at a 90-degree angle. I'm thinking I have it navigated right. I think the ship is headed that direction, unless I'm misreading the readings and all. But let's take and add to this course. I want to go out and wide. Okay, I actually want to delete this one, and once again try and we're probably overtake this if we're doing this correctly, but I kind of do want to overtake it. If we see them by this point, I might try to go a little bit past it, and we'll reconfigure the course that we're going. If you guys feel like I'm doing this interception a little bit wrong, please let me know, because it would be helpful. A matter of fact, I'm gonna bring this in a little bit closer, so I'm gonna grab the eraser and get rid of this wide plot here, and then just kind of bring it out I'm gonna say right there and just kind of bend it. Let's grab the eraser because that's not what I wanted to actually do. Get rid of this second point. There we go. I know that we want to get out and ahead of this thing. I've done it many times on U-boat, but I think what we want to do, I gotta charge batteries too. I should have the guy do that while we're doing this. I need the other guy up in here. This is unfortunate. This is really unfortunate. All officers on deck down here. And then propulsion. I need you to charge the batteries. Thank you. And then honestly, he's the watchman. So we'll get him on the tower to maximize our tower lookout group. I do want to at least have somebody resting in the quarters so that we can see exactly what's going on and we can have people resting while others are working. Another thing I do want to do is actually, I don't know if I want to charge the batteries a little bit more or just see if I can't. Okay, so we're actually not too far away from this thing. I think we are going to overtake it. So what I want to do is slow down to normal speed and then I'm going to actually go under the water here. Okay, and then we're going to see where this thing is going at this point. Okay, now I need you to tell me, are we under the water at this point? Yes, we are, because I need people on the electric engines here. Okay, alright, let's see where this is at. Map? Yes, it still remains the same course, only I'm going to now delete this course here, okay, and we're going to adjust this course entirely, but we still need to overtake it. Okay, I'm going to draw up a new course with navigator officers, and I want to overtake this and bend it like so. But one thing's for sure, I'm gonna want to go ahead flank with the batteries because I'm so close. I don't really want to leave the being underneath the surface right now. And another thing that we want to do is probably, in all honesty, get rid of these original plot marks. Can I just, hold up, can I just pause the game and get rid of these plot marks? Let me see if I can do that. Yes, I can. I'm actually gonna try to go to the surface and recharge the batteries because I think it needs to, we need to go a little bit faster to overtake this thing. And I don't really want to burn up the battery, but then again I want to conserve fuel, so I don't really know. I don't think, yeah, let's go to the surface for a bit. I think that's a good idea. No, yes, go to the surface. Okay, now let's swap the engine people, and then once we actually do spot the target, I'm gonna want to essentially, and I don't want to run at this speed while we're dealing with this because that's just gonna pretty much, well, burn up our fuel. Let me see how this interception is actually going. I'm gonna go with a head full only because I don't know if we're going faster than the thing. It said medium speed, so I don't know if we're going faster than the thing. So I'm gonna ensure that we're going faster than the thing. Try to ensure that. Okay, that's really starting to fade now. So we gotta drop down to normal speed. I should have been charging the batteries all the time. Actually, we should charge a little bit before I change course again. We should charge the batteries some because it may or may not change course. So let's just see if it does, but I want to run on the surface for a little bit. And if you guys have any suggestions on how to, intercept on this game, I know I'm not using some tools that most YouTubers do. It's simply because I don't understand them. Okay, so if you guys could put them down in the comments and kind of walk me through this game, then that would be fantastic. Okay, compressed air is at 100. That's good. Give me an update. Battery is almost full, and fuel is 50% yet again. Okay, so once the battery's full, we're gonna go down and check where this thing is at right now. Okay, now we're not moving at all, so I gotta slow down the game here and swap the crew out. What in the world? Okay, whatever. There we go. I'm gonna see where he's at. He's pretty tired, to be perfectly honest. This guy's just absolutely exhausted. So out. Let's just swap him out. Let him sleep for a little bit. That's why I think there's just not enough people on this crew to keep this boat running. I think there needs to be more. I mean, we can run it, there's no doubt, but there's a bunch of empty spaces, and I gotta work the sonar guy to the bones here, and I just feel like there's gotta be more to replace him, so that when one gets exhausted, we don't have to run him to the bones. Okay, now it's a little less than 50%. I'm really trying to catch this thing so we can blow it up. I think we should go underneath the surface at this point and start checking the battery and stuff, making that work. That being said, I'm gonna get some people off of the engine room. They should automatically swap, I think. Hang on, see if they do. It's stupid that they don't automatically swap, honestly. I need to like pick this thing up again. I'm gonna swap somebody out because that sonar guy, even though he's the best guy for a job, he's getting tired. So I think it's time to replace him with someone fresher. Alright guys, I'm getting hungry, like for real. So I'm gonna end it right here. If you guys have any suggestions on the current series and how I can use the tools correctly, that would be great. I have been watching some tutorials on how to do things, but I'm still kind of confused the way they do things. So I'm just going off of the experience that I have with U-boat, but obviously this is a little bit different. Not much, but it's more manual work than it is on U-boat. So please let me know in the comments what you guys think and how to the tools precisely, exactly. Any help you guys can offer, that would be fantastic. And I will see you guys next time. If you did like what you've seen so far, just push that like and subscribe button. Helps the channel out, and let me know if you want to see more. Thank you. Bye.